Hi guys, I'm Colwen. This should be take 3 because he is Alpha Trion. I got another Transformer video today. We have from the Transformers Age of the Primes line, the 13 Primes Alpha Trion. I got this one from GameStop. He has the plastic cover. We got a good picture of him on the front in his vehicle mode. He looks something similar to the Scourge mold, but it's not the same mold. We got some cross cells of the other primes there. That is Alpha Trion. I want to say that's Vector Sigma. Don't know who that prime is. We got a nice artistic impression of Alpha Trion. Then we have him here in his product shots. There he is in robot mode, vehicle mode. He's got his accessories. And here we have Alpha Trion himself. You can't really pose him the way he is shown on the box there, but you can get him kind of in the same pose. He does have the strange backpack that he's not even shown wearing in. So other than mounting it on his arm, and this is actually I enjoy this figure, but he does have his flaws, and I am babbling. So let me go ahead and get into the comparisons. Here we have Film Noir Spider-Man and Soda Can. We have Scourge, and we have Hubcap. So yeah, he is a little small for a Voyager class. Even the Voyagers are shrinking because here he is next to a deluxe class. And here he is next to Titan's Return, Alpha Trion. And you can see that in Titan Return, Alpha Trion was he was a little hench. He was built. And then here we have the Librarian Alpha Trion. So Alpha Trion himself, he does have a bunch of accessories, and that's kind of part of his issues. So let's get into his worst accessory. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It is some type of multi-shaped shield thing. You can peg it onto his forearm. There's a little peg hole so that it'll line up with this peg on the back of his hand, but it doesn't really peg in very well on either side. You can put it on the other side if you want, but then it's going to peg in even worse because instead of a peg hole, there is a slot. And, like, what are you going to do with this thing? Like, there's a shield, and then there's open shield with blades, or you can put it on his back, and it's a wing backpack thing. I don't know. And then we've got his writing quill, which, I would like to think that the backside of this is like beam blade emitters, and it's it's a lightsaber on the back here. The pen is mightier than the sword indeed. I do like his book. On the first page, it looks like there's some recording system going on here, a tape hard drive and buttons, and that's probably a screen up there. I'm not sure what that screen is showing. And then there's some Cybertronian text. I have no idea what that says. If anybody knows what that says, go ahead and post down below. And that's it. Now, it is kind of, these are clear plastic, but they're not really weight bearing, so I don't think they're going to be an issue over time, but that's still something to worry about. And in order to hold it, he actually has to use these tabs on his forearms. So there's no way for him to actually hold it like you would. Like he can hold it by the spine, maybe? Can he? No, he can't. There's a peg here on the back. You could do that, maybe. Yeah, I'm worried about these accessories being lost. And then, for some reason, he needs to be able to hold... I have the Autobot power! Wait, no, wrong franchise. And he can't even... I cannot get him... Oh, crap. Okay, I found it. That's going to be a piece that's going to get lost. I'm going to put some nail polish on there sometime soon. So his accessories are questionable. The figure himself, though, he's got a nice clean backpack. He looks good. I like the shoulder armor. He looks a lot more like Alpha Trion than the Titan Return one does. You know, this one looks like he was pulled out of the old cartoon from the 80s. The thing that really baffles me, he has no right. He's a librarian. He has no right for his articulation to go so hard. Like, check this out, okay? He's got a swivel head, but then the head can go forward and backwards. So he can look down on you or look up. Bro's got an ab crunch. Like, it's there for the transformation because he does crunch that direction, but they didn't have to mold in. It's like... And then he's got the universal jointed shoulders. He's got a shoulder swivel. He's got the floaty elbows, but he still has a little over 90 degrees elbow. No wrist joint like that. Oh, he needed a wrist joint. He's got a waist swivel. It's like you can... He's got universal jointed hips. He's got a swivel at the ankle. He's got a swivel at the thigh. Draw me like one of your Iacon fembots. I know, I'm losing my mind. Thigh swivel, very good knee bend, ankle tilt in and out. He's got a heel position thing, and he's got a foot thing, and like, he's a librarian. Why does he go so hard on the articulation? He's got the Gundam style hip skirt flap things that get out of the way really easily. Like, oh my goodness. And if you're so inclined, he's got these little pegs in the shoulders, and you can get 5mm peg stuff in here, so you can weaponize them up. It's like I think they're gonna use this mold for doing another. And his fingers open and close. Why does he need opening and closing fingers? Like, dude. I like the way the burgundy and the purple and the silver play off each other, and just, he looks good. His articulation is fun. His accessories don't make any sense. Especially this thing in his gut. Like, I don't mind the clear plastic, but why does it need to be removable? I'm tempted to just glue it in place, actually, so it doesn't get fallen out or lost, because there's no way to get his hand to hold it like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into transformation, right? Okay, so transformation. You're gonna fold. He's got. I didn't mention that he's got peg ports in his feet, peg ports in his forearm, peg port in his back. So if you want to get and peg port on his legs, you could really weaponize this guy up. He can do a lot of crossplay in that regards. So we're gonna fold the feet down. He can do the tippy toes. Then we're going to pull these knees away from. Okay, jerk. These things fight me. They don't like me. There we go. Pull those away from the legs, and then turn the back of the legs to face each other, and then tab the legs together. Now, these knee parts are confusing, but yes, they will just float there out of the way. All right, so don't worry about them. Take the hands and fold them into the arms. Fold down the shoulder armor, straighten the arms out, and now he do the twirly twirl. Fold the head back into his upper torso. Take his backpack and open everything up. Fold back the what looks like a cockpit thing, and then flip out this armature thing, and that's gonna fold over his head and hide his head away. Then fold back down the cockpit. Take these silver purple bit things, and again, these things kind of fight me also, but you're gonna twist them around on these little ball joints and position them like so. Then, okay, so this is what it's going to confuse people a lot, okay? So I thought that I would just do this, but then things weren't lining up properly. Nah. This is where that ab crunch comes into play. You're going to turn that whole ab crunch down and use that to fold everything back. I think. Did I? Okay, I didn't. I gotta turn the waist. You gotta turn the waist around 180 because there are different tabs that line up underneath. There we go. Okay. Then we can bring the arms back up on their shoulder swivels, and then those tabs from robot mode are going to tab into the back of those engine blocks. Like there and there. And then there's tabs on the side of the cockpit right here. They're going to go into the side of the arms. And there we go. This is his vehicle mode. It looks like a flying arrow. It looks very much so like he is related to Scourge of the Sweeps. But his transformation is different enough that, yeah, it's like they're related, but they're not the same. And there is storage for all his accessories. Okay, so I like the silver. I like how it blends in really well. You cannot tell that this would turn into a robot because of the science fiction nature of his vehicle mode. These are just, engine parts or something. And we take the shield, split it apart, flip the handle up, and it's going to peg into his back hole right there, and then that tab is going to slot in. There we go. Like that. And there's little tabs on the shields that are going to rest into there. And then we take the book, and there's a tab right there. It's going to go into place here. And then we take the pen. And the pen tabs in there. It's a very, very clean undercarriage. Very clean undercarriage. So, we have him in his vehicle mode. Let me bring over Film Noir Spider-Man and soda can. He's got the rounded chest, so he doesn't want to stand up on his butt very well, but there he is next to soda can and Film Noir. Here we have him with Scourge and hubcap, and so for a spaceship, he scales fairly well. Next to the siege car, guys. And yes, I will bring in Vector Alpha Trion in Titan Return. Wow. I'm surprised at how much longer Alpha Trion from Titan Return is, and like bigger in general. Wow. Yes, we will be ignoring the lion mode for this video. So, Alpha Trion in his vehicle mode, I think I said it already, he's got a sleek, angular, alien design going on. He looks like he could be related to the Sweeps or to, Cyber Planet Key, Starscream. And it works for him. You know, the underside, when you have all the accessories in place, is very clean. I am terribly, terribly worried about the accessories, though, because there's that's where you store his pen. That's gone. You know, you could lose the shield, and like, so by himself, he's not bad. But when you lose the cool accessories, the accessories, I'm stuck on the weird accessories and the potential for losing them. They could have taken this engineering from whatever the heck this is supposed to be. They could have kept the book, kept the pen. I get these. I 100% understand these. But they needed to figure out a way to store the book inside here somehow. And there needed to be a way to store the book and the pen someplace in his robot mode. So, for what I want to do, for my sake of sanity, I'm going to take the pen and I'm going to stick it in here and close that over the top. There, the pen is stored safely. The book tabs on there very strongly to the bottom. The wings actually do tab into place fairly sturdily, whatever. And then you can fold the wings underneath, and there we have them in his parking storage mode. The stuff does store away well. It's fine. I'm worried about him losing the Autobot logo thing. I like the way the shoulders can still play into and become part of the vehicle mode, like thrusters or something. And it does have a very alien design to it. I really enjoy it. You know, the cockpit is good. The paint job is good. It's nice and purple. And should you go get your own Alpha Trion? Honestly, I'd say go get the Titan Return one. Like, this one's okay and all, but the accessories I'm worried about. I'm glad I got it. He's a little weird. The accessories bug me. Go get one of your own. But yeah, the accessories are an issue. He's definitely a mixed bag. I like the way the articulation works. in robot mode that's very impressive. The vehicle mode's kind of fun. The transformation's fun. It just, yeah, I'm stuck on the accessories and how easy it is to lose them. I'm Colwen. I've been talking about Transformers, Age of the Primes, Alpha Trion. Will I get any of the other primes? There are ones I'm interested in. There are ones that I've absolutely said no, I'm not going to get. So, just like, comment, and subscribe, and see what I bring up on the channel next. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye.